Hey, alright, we're back again. This one is going to be a tier list of the best new metal bands. New metal is something that I grew up on, and I'm a fan of a solid amount of these bands, I think. And this is what was hot when I was growing up, so this is a lot of what shaped my music tastes. And a lot of this is what inspired me to go on to make music. A lot of people like scoff at new metal, saying it's terrible, but I don't think so. I promise that someday I will make a music list that doesn't include Linkin Park, because everybody knows that Linkin Park is my favorite band, and I'm biased, so I can't help but to rate them well. So yeah, eventually it'll happen. So just wait. Someone mark the day. Okay, so for the tiers, GOAT, top tier, great is second from the top, solid is next, and then we have decent for those bands basically straight in the middle that aren't good, that I don't think are like super good or super bad. Meh, trash for the worst bands on the list, and then haven't listened. Haven't listened is going to be completely disregarded from this list because I have at least listened to a few songs by each of these bands, so this tier is not going to be used. So let's kick it off with the godfathers of new metal in Korn, and because of that, they're going straight to GOAT. Korn is a great band. They have a lot of hit songs. They've been around for a long time, and I'm pretty sure it's the original lineup too. I know Brian Head Welch left for a while, but he's back, and yeah, they've just been pumping out good music for a long time. I mean, not everything is my favorite, but they have a lot of great songs, so they're definitely going to go up there. Next up, we have Mudvayne. Um, I think they're decent. They have a couple of good songs, but I don't really care much about most of their discography. Um, yeah, that's about it. Like they didn't really make a huge impact on new metal, I don't think. So they're just right there. Deftones. This is probably going to be controversial because a lot of people really like Deftones, but I think they're kind of meh. They have a couple songs that are good, but like other than that, I could not care less about them. And I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of their singer for the most part. It's kind of weird. So I don't know. Not really big on them. Next up we have Godsmack. I think Godsmack's really solid. They have a lot of good hits. I mean, the last like 10 years or so, they haven't really done too much for me. Aside from Legends Rise, which is a song that is used for every single WWE Saudi Arabia pay-per-view, everybody's favorite. I don't know why they picked that one, but yeah, it's a thing. Um, yeah, they're solid. Next up, we have Incubus. Incubus is great. Um, again, a lot of great songs. A theme with a lot of these bands is they haven't really done a lot lately, aside from some of them, but they haven't really done a lot of great stuff lately, but their earlier career was phenomenal. I've seen them live a good deal of times. They're always good to see. And yeah, they just really made an impact. Next up, we have Slipknot. I'm going to put Slipknot up here with Korn and Goat. And Slipknot is weird because a lot of their stuff is like a little heavy for me. I'm not a huge fan of all screaming, but I respect the hell out of them. Corey Taylor's a great vocalist, and they're just a great band. They've really stood the test of time. And I think up there with Korn and a couple other bands here, they've been ridiculously influential on people, and they've really made their mark. So they definitely deserve to be in that tier. 3 Days Grace. I want to put them in GOAT because I'm a really big fan of theirs, and especially in their earlier, before Adam Gontier left and they got a new singer. But that does impact it for me, so I'm gonna put them right in the top of great if I can move Incubus over, Come on, buddy. There you go. Sorry, Brandon Boyd, but 3 Days Grace is better in my opinion. They just have more hits. Their first, 3 albums, I believe, are all incredible. After that, they really went downhill, but yeah, they've done a lot of good stuff. Adam Gontier's got a really cool voice, and I just think they're really good. Okay, System of a Down. I'll put. Uh, if this were for me, I'd probably put them in meh. But they're really solid. I'll put them here just because I respect what they've done. I'm not a big fan of theirs, as I said in a previous video. I'm not a big fan of Serj Tankian's voice. But they've really made an impact. Like, people are really influenced by them. And they have some really popular songs. And even I can't deny that some of their songs are really good. So, I'll put them there. Evanescence. The songs I really like, and then they have songs that I couldn't really care less about. I'll throw them at the top of solid because I want to put them in great, but there's too much in their catalog that I don't really care about, so they're gonna go there in solid. Amy Lee is incredible, and their early their early career is insane. They had some really, really big hits. Their first album was fantastic. Second album was really good. They're still around doing stuff. I just haven't really been into it. So whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna love everything. Rage Against the Machine, meh. I don't know. I like I said in another video, not a big fan. They have some big hits, but other than that, they kind of went away for a while, and they don't do anything for me. Never have. POD, trash. I don't like anything they've ever done. I don't think they're good. A lot of people love Youth of a Nation and Alive, but nah, I think they're pretty trash. So, they're the first entrant into the trash, and there will be another. So, don't worry, they're not going to be alone. It's not Limp Bizkit, though, as I think Limp Bizkit is decent. Top of decent. That might be unpopular. I'm sure there's plenty of people who would rank them higher, possibly even in the GOAT tier, or lower in the trash tier. I think they're right in the middle. I think they have some really good hits, and then they have some really bad stuff. So they're right in the middle to me. They're definitely very important to nu metal. They were one of the biggest bands that nu metal produced. But they also are a big reason as to why nu metal is so looked down upon the way it is. So I think it's fair to put them right here. My Way is still my jam. Love that song, especially paired. If you're into wrestling and you've never seen it, you have to go watch the WrestleMania 17 promo for Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock for the WWE title, featuring Limp Bizkit's My Way. It is incredible. So yeah. If anyone was doubting this, Linkin Park is going right there. And I don't even think that's biased because Linkin Park, I think, brought nu metal to the highest heights that it ever went. I think Linkin Park is definitely the most accomplished of any of these bands. I think they did the most. Hybrid Theory was the best-selling album that any of these bands ever put out. And Meteora was right up there too. So I think it's hard to argue that Linkin Park is not one of the greatest nu metal bands of all time. And then they evolved and became something else entirely. But, I think they were so impactful. And people, even today, there's plenty of bands out there. You can listen to any rock band out there, and a lot of them are influenced by, you can tell, are influenced by Linkin Park. And Korn and Slipknot and some of these other bands, but really Linkin Park definitely made their mark. You can't deny that. Marilyn Manson, meh. I think right there is fair. right there, maybe. I'll put him at the top because he's been around a long time. I don't know. Sure, fine, that's fine. I don't care. I just never, you know, again, a couple of songs that are really popular and okay, I guess, but I just never got into it. I don't like his whole image. He's too much of a gimmick for me. I mean, people say that about Slipknot, but I think Slipknot at least backed it up with really good music, and they never dropped it. They've gone the whole time. That's impressive. But I don't know. Just nothing does nothing for me. Very meh. Seether is I don't know. I do like Seether, but I don't put Seether at top of solid. They're the same thing with Evanescence, where like the songs I like are really good, but the rest of their category is just very like meh. It's just like they know how to write a hit song, and then the rest of their album is like filler. So I don't know. Really good, and you know, I think they're also another band that's got like the same members. I don't know. They're good band, but they're not good enough to get to great. Disturbed, I'd put at the bottom of solid. I think they've done a lot of great stuff, and you know, like a lot of these bands in this tier ranking, they've done some great stuff, and then the rest is just really meh. So it is what it is. David Draymond is a really good singer, and they've really done well with the covers. Like a lot of bands don't do as well as they have with stuff like that. So I'll give them a lot of credit for that. They're a smart band. They know their fan base. So good for them. Papa Roach, great. Papa Roach started off hot with Infest, and they kind of went away for a little while. Then they came back hot with Getting Away with Murder. Then they kind of dipped off again for a little while. They just keep coming back. They're like a cockroach. They just don't go away. Um, they've evolved over time too, but they've always kind of stuck with their roots a little bit. So I've always been a fan of theirs, and honestly, seeing them live made me even more of a fan of theirs. They're incredible. Jacoby is an insane frontman, and I like almost everything they put out. So they're actually probably one of my favorite bands ever. I think Infest was the first CD that I heard that got me really into music. Like Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory was the first CD that I bought myself, and I really loved the whole thing. But Infest was the first one that I listened to. I think my dad brought it for like my brother or something, and I listened to it and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty good. Maybe music isn't so bad." Like as a kid, I like didn't like music for some reason. I thought it was cool to not like music. It was weird. I was like 9, so I don't know. But yeah, Infest is what really got me into it. So very very big for me. And as I said, POD's not alone because Kid Rock is trash. I don't think I like a single thing that Kid Rock has ever done. So yeah, his music sucks. And yeah, that's about it. That's my new metal tier list. Um, Let me know what you would have done differently. I'm sure a lot of people would have ranked a lot of these bands higher than I would have, or some of the bands I ranked higher, they would have ranked lower. But that's why we all have our opinions, and I want to hear what yours are. I want to hear why my list sucks and why yours is better. So let me know. Leave some comments. Like this if you like it. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want me to keep making these. Let me know. Give me some more ideas on what you want to see. So could keep pumping these out all the time. I'm enjoying doing it, and it's nice and easy and quick. So I'm down to keep doing these for as long as you guys want to see them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think.